Vegas and Edmonton, rotation 63 and 64. Edmonton laying a massive price at home, -200, total of 6 here, shaded to the under. I know Vegas has Maxime Lagacé in net. I know that on the road they've been far different than they've been at home. They've got a 3-5, I believe, road record, do the Vegas Golden Knights, but I'm not in the business of laying -200 here with Edmonton right now, not with this hockey team, especially on home ice. And Todd McClellan's talked about it a ton coming into this game. We've got to fix things on home ice. We got to get going there at Rogers Arena, or Rogers Place in Edmonton. Rogers Arena is Vancouver. I can never keep those track of those, but yeah, they want to get things going on home ice. It hasn't happened for them. They started the road trip strong, ended it with a little bit of a thud. The Edmonton Oilers losing on the weekend, back-to-back games to the Rangers and the Capitals Saturday and Sunday. Again, where are the goals for this hockey team? They should be scoring more than they do. Maybe they shouldn't be scoring more than they do. Maybe they just rely too much on Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl to fuel this team offensively. Their secondary scoring, which was better obviously last year than it's been so far this year, has not really been there for the Edmonton Oilers to this point in the season. There is no doubt that is a problem for them coming into this game. Secondary scoring, it's not been all about the fact that the defense has been up and down. Sekera, again, they have not had him yet for a single game this season. He is a huge loss on the blue line for Edmonton. There's no question. I know Adam Larson and Darnell Nurse, and there's a few other guys that are pretty decent, but you miss Sekera's defensive ability. You miss him out on the penalty kill. You miss his good positioning, good active stick in the defensive zone. None of that's there without him. So that is a problem as well for the Edmonton Oilers so far this season, not having Sekera for a single game on that blue line. But the bigger issue is, where's the offense for a team that was supposed to be able to at least find some ability offensively and not be down near the bottom of the NHL in goals per game as they are so far this season. So again, Edmonton is talking about emphasis on, we got to win at home. We got to improve here at home. We got to start to turn home ice into a real advantage for us and start winning games here, but not at this price. Not even maybe am I interested in the Edmonton side. What's Dana interested in? Because he's interested in something in this game involving his hometown Golden Knights as they take on the Oil. Dana, what are you looking at?
Well, Ian, as far as this game is concerned, I mean, obviously there was so much coming into the season about the Edmonton Oilers offensively, but it's defensively that I think that they're starting to pick it up. And, you know, they've allowed just 9 goals in their last 4 games. And I thought that their effort against the Washington Capitals was fantastic. I mean, you limit the Capitals to just 19 total shots. You know, that means, you know, at least on one side of the ice, to me, that you're playing, you know, extremely well. And there's a focus on defense, and maybe it's just more of the, hey guys, you know, we're not putting the puck in the back of the net right now, so let's focus on our defensive effort, which I thought they did against Washington. They're third in the league in shots on goal, but they're dead last in goals per game. And so if you look at their shot charts, again, completely most of their shots come from the perimeter. Very few times do you see them getting getting into the low slot area, which, you know, all the great teams, if you look at their shot charts, they have a lot of chances in front. So Edmonton is just not getting it done as far as that's concerned. And honestly, you know, the fire that I saw last year against the Ducks in the playoffs is just not there. And we talked about this a million times about being satisfied with what you've done. And of course, Edmonton didn't win the Stanley Cup, but there is that sense of satisfaction that I get from them. And so how do you dig out of that? Well, that first starts with defense. And so I'm starting to see them dig out of that with defense. So that's one area where I think I can rely on them. And on the flip side of that, when you talk about the Golden Knights, the epitome of what team hockey is, you know you're going to get a good defensive effort out of them. You know you're going to get guys that are laying it on the line. And one thing that's great about what George McPhee has, well, I don't know if he did intentionally, but the way it's worked out is with the amount of defensemen that they have, they can interchange guys, you know, almost on a daily basis. So you got, not only do you have fresh guys coming in on the defensive front, but you have guys that want to come in and prove themselves because they don't want to be a healthy scratch again. So every single game you see guys that are, you know, blocking shots and laying it on the line defensively. Nate Schmidt talked about how tight of a group that this locker room is, and I love hearing those things from teams. I think it's, you know, I think it's rainbows and unicorns in the Golden Knights locker room right now. But one note one note on this team, like I say, will start tonight, not confirmed, but probably will start. But PK Subban is on the trip. So I know Subban skated this week at practice, and he's just about ready to go. So no real impact on tonight's game, but certainly moving forward, they will. Lucas Spiza will not play tonight for the Vegas Golden Knights as well. But again, with the amount of they have 8 healthy defensemen, so having Spiza out of the lineup is not that big a deal. Vegas, from a side perspective, is 7-0 against the West. Not really where I want to go, but just a little side note. But I do like Edmonton and Vegas under 6-6 now, minus $1.15.
That's an interesting, especially on the road. Edmonton's been an under machine really this season. At home, it's been a little bit different, but maybe they can bring that defensive mindset back with them here to Rogers Place tonight as they face the Vegas Golden Knights. Vegas, I've been waiting for them to sort of dig in a little bit more on the defensive end of the ice, help out Maxime in between the pipes, and they've done a little bit better job of that lately, especially on the road. I mean, it did open up a little bit against Winnipeg, but again, at home, a little more aggression being showed by Vegas. Let's put on a little bit more of a show there. Now you're going to Edmonton. I don't think you want to, even though Edmonton is struggling to score goals, that's been a problem for them. I don't think Vegas wants to go in an up and down game with Connor McDavid. I mean, I just don't think they would want to do that. I don't think it would be beneficial for them to do that. And even though they're struggling to score goals, this is still a goaltender that's a little bit shaky back there. And like I say, so you got to protect him. You got to be all hands on deck in your own zone. And I think maybe you see that from Vegas. No argument with that look to the under in that game.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.